A $12,000 Chinese EV just outsold Tesla. BYD makes a car every 30 seconds. And Ford? They're buying Chinese tech just to survive. American car companies are getting destroyed. And it's not even close. For 100 years, America ruled the car world. Detroit was unstoppable. Then China showed up with cars half the price, better tech, and built faster than Americans can say, quality control. Today we're exposing how China's demolishing the auto industry. We're breaking down 20 reasons Chinese cars are crushing American brands. From insane production speed to tech that makes Tesla look ancient. Some facts will shock you. Some will make you mad. Let's dive in. Reason 20, production speed. BYD builds a complete car every 30 seconds. Ford takes 17 hours per vehicle. That's not competition. That's a massacre. BYD's factories run 24/7 with crazy automation. While American workers take lunch breaks, Chinese robots are stamping out door panels. The speed difference is absolutely insane. Ford's CEO visited BYD factories and literally said he was humbled. Translation, we're getting destroyed and I have no idea how to fix it. That's your American pride right there. Chinese manufacturers produce 25 million cars annually. Tesla? 1.8 million. GM? 6 million. China's making more cars than the entire US auto industry combined. Let that sink in. Reason 19, price. BYD Seagull costs $12,000. Cheapest American EV? Chevy Bolt at $27,000. Same basic features. China's literally half the price. How do you compete with that? But American quality is better. Really? Because Consumer Reports shows Chinese EVs have fewer defects than Tesla. So we're more expensive and less reliable. Winning strategy, guys. Chinese government subsidizes EVs heavily. Makes them artificially cheap. American brands cry, unfair. Meanwhile, US government gave Tesla billions in subsidies. Pot, meet kettle. Average Chinese EV costs $34,000. Average American EV? $55,000. Math isn't hard. Global buyers choose cheaper. American brands lose. Simple economics destroying Detroit's legacy. Reason 18, battery technology. CATL, a Chinese company, makes batteries for Tesla, Ford, BMW. The competition is buying batteries from China. That's like Coca-Cola buying syrup from Pepsi. China controls 77% of global battery production. America? 7%. We're not competing in batteries. We're spectators. China's playing chess while we're still learning checkers. CATL's new batteries charge 80% in 10 minutes, last 1 million miles. American battery tech? Still trying to hit 300,000 miles. We're multiple generations behind. Embarrassing. Biden's pushing domestic battery production. Great. Except factories take 5 years to build. China's adding capacity now. By the time we catch up, they'll be 3 steps ahead. Reason 17, vertical integration. BYD makes their own batteries, chips, motors, glass, seats, everything. American brands? They buy parts from 200 suppliers. Guess who controls costs better? When chip shortage hit in 2021, American production stopped. Chinese brands? Barely noticed. They made their own chips. Vertical integration isn't just efficient. It's survival. Tesla's trying vertical integration now. Cute. BYD's been doing it for 15 years. Elon's playing catch-up to a company most Americans never heard of. That should terrify you. Controlling your supply chain means controlling costs, quality, and speed. Chinese brands own the entire process. American brands own meetings about supply chain issues. Big difference. Reason 16, government support. Chinese government treats auto industry like national security. Unlimited funding, tax breaks, instant permits. American government? Gives manufacturers paperwork and regulations. China subsidized EV purchases with $10,000 plus per car for years. Built charging infrastructure nationwide. US government? Still arguing about infrastructure bills. China acted. America talked. Chinese EV makers get free land for factories, zero-interest loans, instant regulatory approval. American makers fight environmental reviews for 3 years. One country wants to win. Guess which? But that's unfair competition. Yeah. And? Fair doesn't win markets. Results do. While we complain about fairness, China's capturing global market share. That's reality. Reason 15, charging infrastructure. China has 2.2 million public charging stations. America? 140,000, they have 15 times more chargers. Range anxiety? Not in China. Chinese cities install fast chargers like America installs parking meters. Everywhere. Convenient. Cheap. US charging? Find an app, hope it works, pay premium prices. User experience matters. NIO's battery swap stations replace your entire battery in 3 minutes. No charging wait. Just drive in, swap, drive out. American solution? Sit at supercharger for 45 minutes. Innovation gap is real. China built charging infrastructure before pushing EVs. Smart. America pushed EVs then complained about charging. Backwards planning gets backwards results. Basic strategy China mastered. Reason 14, design speed. Chinese brands go from concept to production in 18 months. American brands? 4 to 5 years. By the time Ford launches a car, it's already outdated. Chinese designers iterate fast. Test, fail, fix, repeat. American brands? Committee meetings, focus groups, more meetings. Speed kills bureaucracy. China's fast. America's bureaucratic. NIO launched 5 new models in 2 years. GM launched 2. Frequency matters. More products, more market coverage, more sales. Simple math destroying American competitiveness. But rushing means lower quality. Consumer Reports disagrees. Chinese EVs score high on reliability. Turns out, modern manufacturing and speed aren't mutually exclusive. Who knew? Reason 13, software. Chinese cars get over-the-air updates weekly. New features constantly. American brands? Maybe 2 updates per year. Chinese cars improve. American cars stay frozen. NIO's operating system feels like iPhone on wheels. Smooth, intuitive, constantly improving. Ford's infotainment? Feels like Windows Vista. Laggy, buggy, dated. User experience gap is massive. Chinese brands integrate apps, gaming, karaoke, video streaming natively. American brands? Still celebrating when CarPlay works consistently. It's 2026. This is embarrassing. Chinese automakers hired Silicon Valley software engineers. Paid them more than Tesla. Built teams in California. Then brought that talent to China. Smart. America's losing its own experts. Reason 12, market size. China sells 26 million cars annually. US sells 15 million. Larger domestic market means economies of scale Americans can't match. When your home market is twice the size, you spread R&D costs over more vehicles. Lower per unit costs. Higher profits. Better prices. Math problem America can't solve. Chinese brands perfect products domestically, then export globally. Americans try selling globally immediately. Different strategies. One's working. One's not. BYD sold 500,000 EVs before entering Europe. Tested, refined, proven. Americans launch globally with bugs still present. Quality through volume. China gets it. Reason 11, labor costs. Chinese factory worker makes $800 monthly. American UAW worker? $65 per hour, $135,000 annually. That's a 170x difference. Math doesn't lie. But American workers deserve living wages. Agreed. But economics doesn't care about deserve. Companies go where production costs less. That's capitalism. We invented it, China perfected it. UAW strikes demand higher pay. Fair. But each dollar added makes American cars less competitive. China's not striking. They're building. Market doesn't reward fairness. Automation could level the field. But unions fight automation fearing job loss. Result? American labor stays expensive, production stays slow. China automates freely. Guess who wins? Reason 10, export strategy. Chinese brands target developing nations first. Build reputation with cheaper markets. Then attack premium markets. Smart strategy Americans ignore. BYD dominates Southeast Asia, South America, Africa before entering Europe. Ford tries selling F-150s everywhere simultaneously. Focused expansion beats scattered approach. Chinese EVs captured 20% of European market in 3 years. American EVs? 5%. Different strategies, different results. China's patient. America's impatient. Patience wins. We'll block Chinese imports with tariffs. Great plan. Except now American buyers pay inflated prices for inferior tech. Protectionism doesn't make American cars better. Just more expensive. Reason 9, range. BYD Han EV, 375 miles. NIO ET7, 620 miles. Chevy Bolt? 259 miles. Chinese EVs go further. Americans still dealing with range anxiety. CATL's new batteries enable 600-plus mile ranges standard. American EVs celebrating 300 miles. Chinese brands already doubled that. Technology gap widening, not closing. But Americans don't need 600 miles. Right. Until Chinese cars have it and Americans don't. Then suddenly it's a must-have feature. Playing catch-up forever. Long range enables road trips without charging anxiety. Better user experience. More sales. Chinese brands understand consumer psychology. American brands understand excuses. Reason 8, interior tech. Chinese EVs have 17-inch rotating screens, ambient lighting, massage seats, mini fridges standard. American EVs? Cloth seats and single screen cost extra. NIO ES8 interior looks like luxury lounge. Panoramic roof, reclining seats, premium materials. Ford Mustang Mach-E interior? Basic. Plastic heavy. Luxury means cloth instead of vinyl. Chinese brands studied Tesla's minimalism, then said, what if we added everything? Turns out, customers like features. Lots of features. Who knew? American brands removing features to cut costs. Chinese brands adding features at lower prices. One strategy attracts buyers. Other repels them. Markets deciding. Reason 7, build quality improvement. Chinese cars are junk. Was true in 2010. It's 2026. They improved. Americans still using 2010 talking points while Chinese quality surpassed them. J.D. Power reliability ratings show Chinese EVs scoring above Tesla, Ford, GM. American brands dismissing Chinese quality while data proves otherwise. Denial isn't strategy. Chinese brands hired Japanese quality engineers. German manufacturing experts. Learned from everyone. American brands? Still think they're the best. Arrogance loses markets. BYD builds electronics for Apple, Samsung, Sony. If Chinese quality was garbage, Apple wouldn't trust them. But sure, their cars must be junk. Makes total sense. Reason 6, dealer model disruption. Chinese brands sell direct to consumers. No dealer markup. No haggling. Transparent pricing. American brands stuck with dealer model adding $3,000 plus markup. Neo showrooms are like Apple stores. Clean, modern, no pressure. American dealerships? Still using 1980s sales tactics. Let me talk to my manager. Chinese buyers don't tolerate that. American dealer lobby is powerful. Blocks direct sales. Protects their markups. Chinese brands innovate around them. Americans protect antiquated systems. Innovation wins. Tesla proved direct sales work. Chinese brands expanded it. American legacy brands legally can't do it because dealers own politicians. System designed to lose. Reason 5, autonomous driving. Baidu's Apollo has 7 million miles of autonomous driving data in Chinese cities. Waymo? Impressive. But Chinese companies testing faster, iterating faster. Chinese regulations allow aggressive autonomous testing. American regulations require endless approvals. Speed of iteration determines who wins. China's iterating. America's regulating. NIO's autonomous system works in Chinese city chaos. American systems struggle with organized highways. If you can handle Beijing traffic autonomously, you can handle anywhere. Chinese autonomous tech is stolen. Maybe some was. But they improved it, deployed it, scaled it. Americans sitting on stolen tech accusations while China's actually using the tech. Reason 4, brand perception shift. Young Chinese buyers prefer Chinese brands over American. Nationalism plus quality equals brand loyalty. America's losing even the status appeal. Chinese EVs are aspirational now. Cool, tech-forward, patriotic. American cars? Your dad's brand. Boring. Old. Generational preferences shifting away from American brands. NIO hosts concerts, brand festivals, owner communities. Building lifestyle brands, not just cars. Ford's brand strategy? Nostalgia. One's future-focused. One's past-focused. Global surveys show Chinese brand perception improving yearly. American brand perception declining. Reputation takes decades to build, moments to lose. America's losing fast. Reason 3, legacy costs. GM pays $2 billion annually for retired worker pensions and healthcare. Bid? Zero retirees. Zero legacy costs. Startups compete without baggage. American automakers built for 100 years. That's millions of retirees expecting benefits. Chinese brands started fresh. No obligations. Pure competitive advantage from being new. Every GM car sold carries $1,000 plus in legacy costs. Bid? $0. Same car. One has embedded costs making it uncompetitive. Economics 101. GM should honor commitments. Morally, yes. Competitively? It's an anchor. China's racing with no weight. America's running with sandbags. Outcome obvious. Reason 2, global partnerships. Chinese brands partner with everyone. BYD with Toyota. Geely owns Volvo. Smart acquisitions. American brands? Isolated, going alone. Geely bought Volvo's technology, reputation, distribution. Now makes Chinese cars with Swedish credibility. Americans scoffed at the purchase. Geely's laughing to the bank. Chinese strategy, partner, learn, absorb, improve, dominate. American strategy, ignore threats until too late. One's working. One's failing spectacularly. Ford partnering with CATL for batteries. GM partnering with Chinese suppliers. Americans need Chinese tech to survive. That's how far behind we've fallen. Reason 1, adaptability. Chinese companies pivot instantly. Market wants SUVs? Launch 3 SUV models in 6 months. American companies? 3-year planning cycles. When Europe announced 2035 gas ban, Chinese brands went full EV. American brands? Still debating hybrid strategy. Decisive action beats endless planning. Chinese companies embrace failure. Test, fail fast, fix, repeat. American corporate culture fears failure. Result? China innovates. America stagnates. BYD pivoted from batteries to cars to solar to rail systems. Diversified, adaptable, resilient. American automakers? Just cars. Tunnel vision in changing market. Adaptability determines survival. Dinosaurs didn't adapt, died. Chinese brands adapt constantly. American brands cling to past glory. History repeats. Bottom line. American auto dominance is ending. Not because American cars got worse. Because Chinese cars got better. And cheaper. And faster. And smarter. For 100 years, Detroit owned the world. That era's over. China's not just competing. They're winning. Sales numbers don't lie. Market share doesn't lie. Can America recover? Maybe. But requires admitting we're behind. Requires massive change. Requires speed. Current trajectory? We're watching American auto industry die in real time. This isn't anti-American. It's reality. Denying it won't save Detroit. Acknowledging it might. Truth hurts. But truth's necessary for change. So which reason shocked you most? The 30-second production speed? $12,000 EVs? Or that Ford CEO was humbled by Chinese factories? Drop a comment. If this video opened your eyes to what's really happening, hit that like button. Subscribe to Easy Auto Bro for more truth about the auto industry. We're not sugarcoating anything. Thanks for watching, bro.